and welcome, Neumont University students and beyond. I'm Sky.
I'm Albie.
And we will be bringing you yet another Splatoon game today. This time it's B team against UAH.
Yes.
University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Yes.
Very long name.
Specifically UAH Blue, because there are multiple UAH teams.
Yeah.
So this is considered a Div 6 match. Currently, our Neumont Llamas are 1-3. So this game, I don't know if they have the chance to make playoffs. I think it will depend on how the rest of their group goes. But honestly, I think I'm excited to just see what ends up happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like we are just waiting for players to get into this. Our first map mode will be Rainmaker Undertow.
Yep. So if you tuned into the previous stream, this will be the same map list as A-Team had. But if not, Rainmaker is kind of like Capture the Flag, but you're bringing it to the enemy's base instead of your own. And instead of a flag, it's a fish-shaped bazooka, because that's how Splatoon works, is we have really weird objects.
Yeah. And instead of being able to just pick it up, there's a bubble around it that when it explodes, you die.
Yes.
I hope that cleared things up for y'all.
Yeah, I really hope that gives you a good idea of how the game works. Really, once you see it in action, you can kind of get it pretty quick. I think really the one that feels confusing even when you watch it is Clam Blitz, which we'll get to later. But Rainmaker, you got a few checkpoints you got to break. Really just one, but you have a few options. But once you break that checkpoint, you can go straight to the final pedestal. If you hit that final pedestal, game over, you instantly win. Otherwise, whoever gets closer to the final pedestal at the end of the set, at the end of the time, wins this game.
Yeah. Let's go Neumont. Can't believe the 4-0 earlier. Yeah, it was a wonderful 4-0 from Splatoon A-Team there.
Yeah, that was the end of the A-Team's regular season. They are officially 5-0 moving into playoffs. So I believe we are number one seed in our division.
Yeah, I thought you guys were still undefeated. So
yes. Looking at what comps might look like, I know typically that Neumont A-Team, Neumont Bean Team, excuse me, likes to run a mix of Splatling shooters and usually a Splatana. And then Toa, our fourth member, is a little bit up in the air. They have been still kind of finding out what weapon works best in their slot.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of Dread Ringer.
A lot around. Time to figure out if we're right or left. Looks like we are right. Yeah, we're going to get to see that comp here in just a second. A lot of variability among the people here. They have a Carbon?
Yeah, looking at UAH, we immediately see a very fast-paced backless comp. The largest range weapon on this comp is the NZAP, which is considered a short-range shooter.
Very, very funny.
However, it doesn't really matter if they move up way faster than Neumont, as 2-3 go down on Neumont immediately.
Almost an instant wipe.
Another go down. Checkpoint is already coming for the side of UAH. That is a crazy opening.
Yeah, just insane. Already out of the gate, almost getting a wipe, just pushing through into that first checkpoint. Just some really good fast gameplay there.
Yeah, Neumont is able to pop the bubble, pushing UAH back into mid. We see a reslider and a tacticaler on the side of Neumont, but one goes down and Rainmaker looks like it's going to reset. 2 down on Neumont, 1 down on UAH. A Booyah is ready, but it might not be able to find value. It does get popped.
Going on to the Rainmaker there, trying to find someone, doesn't quite get anyone there.
Yeah, it wasn't really the best option for that Rainmaker there, as Carbon gets 2, Carbon gets 3, triple, as the Carbon is now in their spawn, creating a pincer with the Rainmaker. Rainmaker's coming in, it is game! That is possibly one of the fastest Rainmaker games I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely. UAH was able to just immediately rush in and find all of Neumont basically twice in a row there.
Yes, that comp is very fast-paced. We have 4 very fast, short-range weapons that all want to move in. The Neo and the NZAP able to paint in the Carbon Roller while the Dapples goes off, does its own thing, throws some torps around, annoys everyone. This is a very annoying comp for for a low-level team like Neumont B Team.
Yeah. I could absolutely see how that could end up being a problem, especially with how in the past games we've seen Neumont B Team end up like staggering a lot and not figuring out how to group up and deal with problems like a Carbon in your back end.
I really feel like the solution is pretty simple. We have a Hydra here. We need that Hydra to be putting in overtime. We have a decaf here. That also outranges, I believe, every weapon in this comp. That weapon needs to be put in overtime too. Really, it just boils down to, can we outrange these low-range options and punish them for playing so fast but so glass cannon-y?
Yeah. Our next map mode will be Tower Control Manta Maria. If you've played any other hero shooters, Tower Control is like your push or payload. There's a tower in the middle of the map. You push it towards either side, breaking through checkpoints as you do. If you break through all of the checkpoints, you automatically win the game. Otherwise, it goes to whoever pushes it the furthest in either direction. If no one's on it, it will slowly move back to the middle.
Yep. As for map, we are going to be on Manta Maria, which is a pretty non-standard map in terms of layout. There's not a lot of sightlines for a weapon like a charger, but neither team has a charger. Splatlings can sometimes be a menace on this map because of how much control the grates in the middle have. But also, if we see any blasters are quite a powerful option. We saw that earlier, A-Team running into a blaster.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like we see too much changes. The only real change we see on either side is swap from the Booyah Hydra to the Bubble Hydra, which is an interesting choice. Generally considered a pretty decent choice for tower control if you're going to be running a Hydra.
Already 2 down on Neumont's side, 3 down on Neumont's side once again. Just wonderful play from UAH here.
This is a really powerful Carbon map with how many ledges and weird little spots you can get. It can be really weird because you have to play Carbon in a very different way than traditionally come. But to come out with a Trizuka, I can't explain anything because the Carbon is just killing left and right. 2 go down on UAH, 3 go down on UAH.
Looks like this is Neumont's chance as long as they can kick this Dapples out, but I don't know if they can.
Dapples back on tower. It's almost fully back up on UAH as Neumont is holding pretty far back when they don't need to.
Yeah, absolutely.
We see a trade come out. 2 for 2, 3 for 2. UAH is up 1, but this Hydra can really just skirt and kite out the rest of UAH. Carbon comes in on the bunker, able to find one from the jump, but gets traded.
Yeah, Neumont is kind of just like pretty far back there. They're pushed up. It's hard for them to get in, but this bubble is getting them some space here, hopefully.
Yeah, good pick with that bubble, but just running into that Carbon, wasn't able to find anything because that Carbon's just moving around, hitting their one-shots that they need to. Burst comes out. Another kill on this Carbon. This Carbon is going wild.
Absolutely.
We see Decap trying to move in, gets the torpedo. 1 down on UAH, 2 down on UAH. Oh my god, 3 down on UAH. Trizuka does get 1, but it didn't get as much value as UAH probably hoped it did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cooler comes out. This is really Neumont's chance to move up, but they're just so slow to do so. 1 with bomb, 2 down on both sides. Carbon is low. They have to back up. I think this might finally be Neumont's chance to score some points.
Yeah.
1 down on UAH. Carbon dropping. Trades with 1, but I don't think that's a good trade for them.
Absolutely. Ooh.
Able to get 3 quad on the side of Neumont. The decap showing that Carbon isn't the only one that can find valuable picks.
Yeah, absolutely. Neumont is pushing up towards this checkpoint now. They're really hoping to break through here.
Carbon able to trade with 1. If they get on tower, Neumont could see a lead, but they back off as 2 go down on both sides. This could be the chance for Neumont to get the lead, but they also need to get some value here if they want to do so. Carbon drops on the reef slider. Carbon able to clean up.
Big plays for UAH here.
But I also think that was a pretty great play for Neumont. They were able to break a checkpoint, get a chance for their next push to be a little bit more valuable. 2 go down on UAH as well. This decav coming back low on hitting 80 on the shooter, I believe.
Nice to trade 1-for-1, 2 down on both sides.
I think these decav for carbon trades are pretty valuable on the side of Neumont. While both sides are holding really well, I do feel like the amount of value that the carbon is getting is very high in comparison to any singular person on Neumont. Akumo able to get
three there.
Bubble is ready on the side of Neumont, but it gets popped pretty far back.
Yeah, popped on top of the like watch there.
Decav trying to move in, trying to find some value. Eventually dies. Now 2 down. Another bubble comes out for the Hydra. These are some very defensive bubbles, which isn't really good when you're in last place here.
Yeah, with 45 seconds left, Neumont needs to find a good push here.
Doesn't look like they'll be able to when they're 3 down. Strikes come out, doesn't find anything, but does push the Dread back. Carbon moves in. Torque gets the pick on the Dread. Zuka comes out, trying to find something. Doesn't find anything.
Such a tough spot for Neumont to try to get out of here.
UAH is down 1. But they're already back. Down 1 again. Neumont just needs these picks, but they're just so nervous to move up. Down 2 on the side, down 3, but it's now down 3 on the side of Neumont as the Reef Slider gets 2, I believe.
Yeah.
This Hydra basically has to do everything, but it doesn't really matter when everyone's on the Hydra, and that is game 2. There were some really good picks from Neumont, but they were just so scared to take space.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when they had the Carbon Deco and like most of UAH's main force, like front force out, they just weren't pushing up, they weren't pushing forward, and they weren't getting on the objective, and that kind of just led to them constantly being behind, trying to push it back to middle instead of towards UAH's side.
Yeah, it's very common. I feel like the best way I could sum up that game is Neumont was so scared to lose that they didn't want to win enough. And I mean, they didn't get knocked out. There is that, which I believe is better than last game. But moving into game 3, we have Clamblitz Inkblot. Very small, condensed map in that middle area. Really, it's the backs, which is the sort of back area behind the basket, is one of the main areas that I think the Carbon on UAH is going to be wanting to hold. If they can just hold there, it's really hard for the Llamas to get them out of there and just provide jumps, get clams in. I think that's going to be a very powerful position for UAH. Meanwhile, on the side of Neumont, I think they really want to be in control of the high ground in mid, the stacks. That is a very powerful position for the Hydra, and the Hydra just, like I said, outranges everything here. If they could just get the Hydra in a strong position, we could see a lot more picks from the side of Neumont.
Absolutely. We saw a lot of big plays from A-Team earlier to down this map, so it's going to be really interesting to see how the teams play around it here. A-Team earlier just barely won right at the end by getting a back push and 2 jumps in. I
honestly don't know how that got. I think that might have been the least deserved 4-0 of all time because Purdue was winning every single game besides the last game. For the vast majority of them.
Yeah.
And then we just pulled it out 30 seconds left every single time.
Yeah, it was insane gameplay.
All right. Moving into Clamblitz on Inkblot. Let's see if there's any major comp shakeups. We might see the return of the Booyah Hydra. On the side of UAH, we don't see much changes. We do see the Dreadringer D coming out. That one has Squid Beacon and Wavebreaker. Squid Beacon is a really interesting choice on Clamblitz because it does really let you do these sort of back caps that aren't really expected, especially against a lower level team. This could be very valuable if Neumont is able to use it properly.
Absolutely. We see both teams taking space, finding clams. Whenever they get 8, they will get a ball. Those balls let you break down the barriers. When those barriers are down, you can score.
Yep. now that I'm thinking about it, this Dreadrunner D pick might be trying to shut down the Carbon specifically. Both the sub and the special reveal the opponent's location to some extent. You see one go down on the side of UAH. It might be the chance to go down on the side of UAH. We could move up, guys, please. Okay, we just decided to stand in mid. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Reef Slider comes out on the side of UAH. Carbon moves in. Carbon gets a pick on the ball. Two go down on the side of Llamas, one on the side of UAH. Decaf tries to grab the ball, tries to save it, but doesn't get anything here. We see the Dread trying to get some value. The ball is just kind of waiting for its opportunity on right stack. Cooler comes out on the side of UAH. This might be the chance for them to just push in, play hyper aggro. They go for backs, which is the area I was talking about earlier. Two are down on Llamas. It looks like they're going to score pretty easily.
Yeah. They get some free resets up there too, so they just get to delay a bunch of times.
Yeah, they will be able to delay pretty solidly. There's only one left on Llamas. One goes down to a bomb. Carbon trying to get a pick, gets a wipeout. Throws a long clam in as the basket goes up, but they aren't able to find another one as it's now 65-100.
Yeah. That's a pretty solid lead. I think that's just under 2 balls, though, right?
Yes, if Neumont was to get 2 balls, that would be lead for them. One down on UAH, but once again, Neumont is just so scared to move up. We see a decav come out. Carbon coming out against this decav.
Yeah.
Up on the left stack. One goes down on UAH again, but they just randomly scored.
They just ran a ball through 3 from Neumont. That's crazy.
3 down on UAH. We gotta move up, guys. You don't need to go. You don't need to stand there. Please, please, please. Okay, the entire team is a respawn. Your opportunity is gone. All right, we see a ball coming out on the side of UAH. Once again, it's even 3-3. We are waiting for an opportunity. Booyah is being charged on the side, and Neumont doesn't really find anything besides clearing out that ball, but it doesn't really matter because Carbon still grabs it in time, even if they die for it. We do see a 1-man advantage on Neumont, but we know that that typically doesn't mean much for them. 2-man advantage for Neumont.
Oh.
We could get 3. Reef Glider comes out, able to get the decav. And now it's suddenly UAH's game. This is such a flip-flop for Neumont. Every time they have an opportunity, they just don't get the chance to capitalize on it, and UAH just moves up once again.
Just some crazy, crazy work from UAH. They find a second ball there, I think.
They do wipe out, which means that Neumont could get the chance to move up if they move up, please. Okay, we do see the decav moving up onto their right front. One goes down on Neumont in the back. Carbon on high, top left. Not able to be shredded. 3-3 on the side, on both sides. Bubble is out, just not finding much. Decaf needs to move in. We need to play objective here, guys. 3 balls on the side of Neumont. 2 down on the side. 3 down on the side of UAH. Please move up, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. One goes down on UAH. We have man advantage. Booyah's going to come out soon. Can we score, please? They're 2 down on the side of UAH. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's go. One goes down on the side of Neumont. 2 goes down on the side of Neumont. Third goes down on the side of Neumont. Oh, ball is up. A bubble is coming out. Can we at least score finally? One comes out. Please. 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 Okay, the 3 are down. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah.
We get a score on the side of Neumont with 20 seconds left. Can Hydra grab some clams? They're 2 down. We need to score, guys. Come on, you guys. No. Please.
All right, yeah. Neumont doesn't have a clam. They don't get the clams out.
Game 3 of the set. Neumont, please. Please. Please go in.
They're 3 down. Will Neumont push up? Okay, they
you
did.
had
They're
3
down
balls.
again. Will Neumont push up? We have 3 balls. They're 3 down. A third time. Will Neumont push up? And then they don't.
Oh dear.
They had one person
Oh,
on point.
no.
And Neumont didn't push. They threw a booyah on the one person on point. And they still didn't push out.
Oh, Neumont, I
Oh,
love
no.
you guys so much. You're so, like, this decaf is getting so many good picks. They're putting their bubbles in good spots, but we're just not playing objective off of it.
Yeah,
We are
Neumont-
playing this team deathmatch, and we're kicking ass in the team deathmatch, guys. We're doing so good at the team deathmatch, but this is not Call of Duty.
We are getting so many good picks and good plays, and then doing nothing about it. You can't.
Can we
get
look
the
at this?
picks.
Can we see the KD? No, we can't.
No, it
Oh
won't
no.
But I can almost guarantee you Neumont had a better KD. If this game was about KDs, Neumont would be in the lead.
Sadly, KDs do not matter. In the game 3 of A-Team, every single A-Team member was negative and we won.
Yeah.
So KDs sadly do not matter at all. All right, moving into possibly the final game of the set. Can Neumont bring it at least to a game 5? See a new map for the day. We've only seen these 4 already.
B team, please.
I believe in B team.
I
Splat
believe
zones.
in you.
Splat zones. You don't gotta move up as much.
Yeah,
You
if
just gotta
get all
paint the
kills,
zone.
the
If you get
kills
all the
will paint
kills,
the
you just
zone.
paint the zone.
The kills
Okay,
will paint the
we
zone.
see a slight change on the side of oh, excuse me, my throat is getting sore. On the side of UAH with a swap from the Zap to the Forge, so they are now coolerless, but instead have even more paint specials with a Booyah strikes and Carbon goes down
Carbon down
instantly.
immediately.
We are looking for a valuable pick here, but trade comes out on both sides. Back up,
Three
three
down.
down on the side of Neumont, 2 down on the side of UH. We might still be able to hold it. Carbon's moving back in, but they
Carbon
get the
gets
pick. And that looks like the first secure will really be to UAH. I mean, Dapple's moving in, not even needing the
It's
turret
2.
mode to get to 2 kills. It already looks like a pretty solid hold for UAH as another one goes down on the side of Neumont. Reef Slider
Finds
comes
the
out,
Reef.
finds one, gets traded out. Zuka doing something, shooting in the air. Booyah comes out, trying to shut down the Booyah with Zuka. Doesn't get much value. Carbon goes down, 2 down on both sides. We can really find some value here. But once again, we got to move up if we're going to try to.
Neumont needs to paint with 40
Neumont
points
2 goes
left.
down. Decav up in UAH's business. Booyah bubble coming out while we're in disadvantage. Interesting choice. Carbon holding, Booyah holding to try to stall out the zone a little bit longer. 1 goes down on the side of Neumont. 2 go down on the side of Neumont. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that was
game.
a near
Lockout.
100-0
Yeah.
on the side of UAH to close out one of the fastest sets I've seen. I think I was in here longer for setup than I was for the actual game.
I feel that. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think that UAH has a very, very powerful strategy with their extreme rushdown. I wouldn't quite call it something like a hyper dive, but it is quite aggro as we watched them just run in with this Carbon and this Dapples and just find as much value as possible, cycle their specials, get the Zukas out, get the strikes out, get the Reefs out that get pick after pick after pick. Meanwhile, on the side of Neumont, it was really a lot of main weapon fighting. We didn't see a lot of picks from specials. Now, part of that is that we only really saw 1 killing special on the side of Neumont this entire set with Reef Slider. We saw double bubble for a good chunk of it, as well as cooler for most of it. So I do wonder if switching to a bit more of a powerful special lineup could be valuable to Neumont. I think something like a crab tank could certainly find them a lot of value. Meanwhile, on the topic of main weapons, the Decavitator got some amazing plays, some amazing quads and triples, and the Hydra was able to hold a lot of good space. their defenses were honestly pretty solid outside of the Splat Zones game. And I just think that the problem boiled down to a unwillingness to push up. And I think that was pretty obvious by especially our third game.
Yeah. That Clam game was insane.
I do think it's really interesting comparing and contrasting how A and B team play. If we look at how A and B team approach this game, it's almost two opposite sides of the defensive offensive spectrum. Not quite exact opposites, but it's really interesting in how we move in and really see what it looks like overall, with just shorter range comp on the side of A team and a more selfish special lineup, I'd say, on the side of A team, with missiles and crab being pretty team focused, but then there's a whale and a stamp, which we're pretty heavily considered pretty selfish specials. Meanwhile, B team with these double bubbles, very powerful if you use them right, very powerful special lineup, but you just have to make sure you are getting the value from these bubbles. And I think that B team definitely has a lot to learn from this set about special pops and when to use them, and also how we structure team comps.
Yeah. I feel like if B team was just a little bit less scared to like play the game, to roll with their picks, they absolutely could have found a lot more there and maybe won at least a set or two.
I definitely think that the tower control and the Clan Blitz game were 100% winnable if Neumont took better advantage of their advantages.
What's Neumont's score in terms of win-losses sets? I think they've won 1, lost 6 now?
1, lost 4.
Oh, 4.
I'm
crazy.
So now that the regular season is finished for both A team and B team will likely be taking a break, whereas A team will be moving into playoffs. We have that, as well as, sadly, we won't be able to stream this, but a combination of A and B team will be participating in the official Nintendo North American League starting next Saturday, April 6th, I believe. It's April 6th or 7th. I don't remember. I think it's 6th. That sounds right. Maybe 5th. It's next Saturday. Don't worry about the date. Otherwise, okay. We are not. Otherwise, look forward to 2 weeks from now, the start of CCA playoffs, as well as, I believe, PCL will be starting their playoffs soon, with Smash and Marvel Rivals being in playoffs.
I believe Smash and Marvel Rivals. Maybe I haven't caught up with the Rocket League team at all.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with Rocket League or Valorant's current status.
I know that Valorant lost a number of matches. They might have made it in. They might be in the coin flip zone. I hate that PCL does that. They leave a zone where you can be tied with other teams for the playoff slot, and they'll just roll a dice to decide who goes in, rather than like having a match or doing something to decide. It really upsets me.
You have so many stats. How are you not going to use any of them for tiebreakers?
Yeah, you have so many stats, and you have at least a week gap between like playoffs and stuff usually. Why are you not using this time or these stats to choose to like settle tiebreakers? I don't know.
CCA makes us put in everything. I finished that set with A team, and I went upstairs to my apartment, and I spent 45 minutes typing in every single stat that happened in all of the games. I had to type in every player's selected weapon, amount of paint, kills, assists, deaths, special amounts of specials, the length of each match, the timestamp of each match, and the final scores.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But, I mean, it allows them to get quite accurate tiebreakers. Plus, we get little fun facts, like who played the most Aerospray. All right. Is there anything else you want to bring up before we wrap up for the day?
I don't think I have any